Alright, so this is my first video on YouTube, and I wanted to do a video on makeup for a long time. I've been watching makeup videos and don't really know how to video record these, but I'm gonna give it a try. Wanted to talk about airbrush makeup because I've been playing around with it for a little while, mostly because I wanted airbrush for my wedding and I wanted to do it myself. And so I started out with a cheaper system. It was the Bellocchio. Not even sure if I said that right, but tried that out for a while, but it's quite a beginner's, I would say, airbrush system. It's kind of cheaper made and of lower beginner quality. It broke within less than a year, so I wanted to explore other options, and as I was searching for quite a while, I came across the Temptu airbrush system, and I wanted to try Temptu mostly because it's easy and it has a powerful compressor. I have the 2.0, I believe it's called. Let me see if I can get that on camera here. It has the AirPod brush, which is awesome because you don't have to clean the airbrush. And I also got, instead of just the pods with the makeup, I got the AirPod. And the AirPod, it allows you to still fill it with other makeup. So it looks like this. It has this little top that comes off here. Let me show you, where you can still put your drops of makeup in there. And what's awesome is I can use different kinds of makeup other than Temptu if I want to, or I could use bronzer out of the drip bottle instead of having to be solely relying on just the pods with the foundation. But I really like the pods with the foundation for convenience. I don't have to clean anything. Doing my makeup takes less than 10 minutes, and to spray my face it's super clean and then just put it all away. So I really like that about it. I'm going to show you how it works, if I can get this all set up. So what you do is you have this little Temptu AirPod. The back comes off, so you just pull it off. There's this little air release here, and then there's this little pump in case it starts to get clogged. So you have to pop this open, and then if you have your airbrush getting clogged, you want to pull right here, and that will basically, it just, see how some makeup came out? It pulls the needle back and forth, so it dislodges some of the dried makeup if you have any in there. So I'm going to connect that to my wand. And the airbrush system actually came with this cute little bag with some instructions. And then it also came with this little stand that you can put your pods in, which is cool. So it fits right in there like that. And then I did get kind of some sample bottles of all the colors so I could try out my color first to see what would work best for my skin tone. I actually got the light to medium kit, and none of them were really quite my color because I'm going into fall and my skin is lightening up. So these were a little bit dark, but kind of off of the different shades, like some are more olive tone, some are more rose tone, some are more yellow. I kind of figured out how to best decide what my shade was from playing around with the darker shades and then just going a step lighter. So I ended up getting, let me see, I think it says on here actually, where is it? Oh yeah, Birch. So I went with the Birch, but it even zooms in. No, you can't see that, but went with Birch. It tends to match my skin tone pretty good. And this is the, I think it's called Perfect Canvas. It's a Hydra Lock, I believe is the kind. Temptu has several different foundation types. So there's Hydra Lock, there's the Silk Sphere, I think Silk Sphere is one of them, and what's the SB is the middle one. So the Hydra Lock is the newest. It's actually more of a semi-matte. It's not as dewy as the SB is supposed to be. So I like the texture of it. It stays on really nice. It's supposed to be at least 12 hours wear. So I feel like throughout the day it's not budging on me. I have a little bit of oil in my T-zone, so it kind of smudges a little bit throughout the day there, but overall, it stays stuck pretty well, especially compared to my other liquid foundations and even my powder foundation that I like a lot. So I'm going to show you how I apply it. So I just connected it to my gun, and there's a little lever here. So you just gently push back. You need to keep the gun about a hand width away from your face to make sure that you're not getting what's called, I guess, hot spots, where you have too much foundation, liquid, you know, I guess, puddling on your face. So you want to keep an even coverage, keep it further away, gently pull back on the button, do a nice sheer coverage first, and then let it dry and do another buildable coverage until you get, I guess, as much coverage as you want. So let me go ahead and turn it on. There's a button on the top here. It's kind of hard to push. So air comes out. You can feel it on your face without even pulling the trigger back. And I'm just going to apply one layer. So I want to keep it a little bit further away from my face and keep it moving. So go around in circles. And it kind of takes a little bit to get the hang of it because I definitely got hot spots at first. I think I was pulling the trigger back too far. And you get a really sheer coverage off of one layer, but you definitely don't want to overdo it on the first layer. So I'm just gonna stop there and see how you can still see some blemishes. I really didn't get a whole lot of coverage on that first layer, but I don't want to overdo it, so I'm just gonna let that dry. I just blow some air across it with my gun because the air is still coming out. And then I'm going to do a second layer of coverage. So right now I'm just drying it. And even for blemishes like this, yeah, lovely. I get the like chin, around the mouth acne from hormones. Love it. But I can cover it really quickly with just doing like a quick spurt of the makeup on the blemish. I guess I got a couple right there. So you get really close and then you just do like a quick, kind of like a harder squirt of the makeup on the spot that you're trying to cover. So could probably do a little more right there too. And then let that dry. And I can do the rest of my face then so it blends in. Alright, so I'm going to do a second layer of coverage. This time I'm pulling back a little bit more on my gun because I don't think I got enough on my face the first time. And I need to close my eyes because I have felt it kind of get in my eye. Kind of feels like I didn't shake my gun enough too. So I'm just going to do that really quick. Or shake, I should say, the AirPod. Now you can see a little bit more coverage. I didn't get my nose very well, so I'm just going to do that. Get my nose a little better. And I'm starting to get wrinkles nowadays, so sometimes it sets in, but you can really easily get rid of like the spots that get too much makeup just by gently touching it. Get around my mouth a little better here. Forehead, a little more. So I can just build it. I'm gonna get my neck too. Build that coverage up. So I don't know if you can see, but definitely taking away like my blotchiness. Whew, that was a hot spot. So you don't want to do that. That is definitely a hot spot. But I can just dab my finger on it and take some of that off. So that's much better. So definitely evens out the skin tone. It stays stuck quite a while for the day, so you don't have to touch it up. Other makeup goes on it very easily, so it's nice. I mean, you can use powders over top and it's not going to mess it up or anything. I really like it. It's kind of hard to take off, so I did get a nice makeup remover. I think it's called, oh gosh, what is it called? Something with a B. It's like a bio, like a water, like a micellar water. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, but I use a cotton pad and I take my makeup off with that first, and then I use a cleanser and take it off at night so I can make sure I get it all removed, otherwise I'll break out sometimes. So, but overall this makeup doesn't really make me break out any more than usual. I think it actually has lessened some of my breakouts, so I really like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause this for a second and then put my makeup on, full face, and then come back so I can show you guys what it looks like. Okay, I'm back. So no amount of makeup makes me look that much better in my age nowadays, but so this is a full face. I actually used the Tarte, it's like a palette here, looks like this, has a blush, some neutral shades, and then I really still like this lip plumper by Victoria's Secret. I don't even know if they sell it anymore, but that's what I have on right now, and then just some basic mascara. I don't, probably like Maybelline or something, but anyway, just so you guys can see how everything looks. My skin does not look the best. Again, you can still kind of see my breakout. So it is just more of a natural coverage that this foundation gives, and I really like it opposed to other liquid foundations or powder foundations. I tend to break out a lot more from the other foundations. It's almost like there's something in it that just gives my skin an allergy, but this has been working for me and I really like it. And there's my cat in the back. She's super cute, love her, and not sure if I'll post any more videos, but if you have any questions, please comment and click the like button.